Right.
I'm assuming that noise was the recording noise.
Nah.
Sound like a Game Boy Advance being turned on.
Well,
We are
yeah,
good.
that's my notification. I silenced it though.
Cole said something. I didn't hear him though.
He said that was his game.
I
It
silenced
was his.
it.
He silenced his notification, but he silenced it.
Okay. Okay. The sun is shining on a very beautiful day in Summerstown. Summerstown is a small town, population about 10,000 people. It's alongside the beach of California. That is where you guys live.
All right.
We open up, and you guys are all on campus. You've been in college for some of you, maybe a year or two, others just starting out. We open up inside the library. Pretty much a day like any other.
Mm.
You guys are doing some research for some homework, etc. It's on a Friday afternoon. So once the bell rings and you guys are free to go, you may do as you please for the weekend. You guys are sitting at a table. It's pretty quiet, as it usually is in the library. And a student walks up to you. Looks to be 19, 20 years old, freshman. And he's got slicked back hair, some pretty thick bifocals. Definitely an intellectual. And he's got 3 or 4 books held in his hand, and he kind of looks at you guys, and then he leans in and whispers as to not get in trouble. He says, "Have you guys been keeping up with the news?"
What's been going on in the news?
Well, a couple hours away in Angels Grove, there's been some weird, like, earthquakes, but they say that they're not normal.
Not normal. How?
He kind of shrugs his shoulders. He goes, "Well, I'm not really sure on how, but I really want to go. I really want to go and find out what's so odd about it."
I kind of look over at Kyle's character,
Uh-huh.
and I'm like, looking like my face is looking like, should we?
I'll look back over. Well, I mean, no, we live in an earthquake state, but if it's as strange as you say, I'll shrug. I mean, got nothing else better to do this weekend.
Okay, so we're gonna have our first roll of the game.
Right.
You there, Justin?
I am, yes.
Okay, so you're gonna make a science roll. I'm gonna help you out. So, do you have a dice roller?
I've got that app, yeah.
Okay, so did you put all? Did you manage to get all of the standard dice and not the funky dice with the symbols on them?
It just gave me all the symbols one, but
Okay, so what you'll do is it's super simple. On the bottom of the screen, you'll scroll over until there's 3 dots. You'll press that button with the 3 dots.
Yeah.
You will uncheck all of the funky symbol ones.
Just the ones with the numbers?
And then you will check all the ones with the numbers. Yes, and it will replace those.
Okay. So just like the 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 20. What about the 41?
No, I don't remember. I don't think you used that one at all, so you can leave that one off.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, so we're going to make our first roll of the game, and I'm going to teach you how. So, we this is science. So, what is your rating in science? Your skill dice?
Science is a D2.
A D2. Okay. So, is what you're going to do is you're going to roll a D20. Plus, you can either use a coin and designate heads as 1, tails as 2, or you can just roll the D4 and a 1 and 2 counts as a 1, a 3 and 4 counts as a 2.
Well,
You will-
how about I use one of my power coins here at home?
There you go.
There you go.
As long as it has 2 separate sides
Yeah.
that you can designate as a head or tails, that is perfectly fine.
Heck, I use my two-faced replica coin myself.
And you will, when you're done, Justin, you will tell me that you will add them together, and you will tell me the total result.
Okay, what am I adding together?
You will roll your D20,
Okay.
and then when you roll your I'm sorry. Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah.
So you'll roll your D20, and after you roll that, then you will flip your coin, and you designate one is heads, one is tails. One will be 1, one will be 2, and then you add those together, and that's your total number. And you have to beat a difficulty that I set to see if you know anything about this earthquake.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So we'll say heads 1, tails 2.
Perfect.
We'll roll a 20. Okay. So we got a 14 there. And that's tails. So that's 2. So that's 16.
16 total. Perfect.
Pretty good for first roll.
All you needed was a 10 or higher, so you succeeded. So you know that California is known for its earthquakes. But what you don't understand is why an earthquake would be felt over Angel Grove and not Somerstown when they're not super far away from one another. That to you is what's kind of fascinating and interesting. Now, the other players, their characters do not know this. Only you know this. So you can choose if you want to share that information with them or if you don't. That's up to you.
Okay, so run that by me again.
So your character knows that earthquakes are relatively common in California.
Mm-hmm.
But what you find fascinating and odd is that why would this earthquake be felt over Angel Grove, but not Somerstown when Somerstown is not that far away?
Okay.
And so you just role play it like you used to. You just role play it if you want to tell them.
Okay, so the situation again, just to clarify, you said that the earthquake's in Angel Grove,
Correct.
and we're in Somerstown.
You're in Somerstown, yeah. It's about an hour and a half, 2 hours away from Angel Grove.
But Angel Grove's feeling it, and we're not.
Correct. Angel Grove is feeling it, but Somerstown is not. You know that that's a little unorthodox for an earthquake. Hey, Jack, while you're typing, you mind muting your stuff, brother?
Oh, so sorry. I was just explaining
You're fine.
something to Jez real quick. So sorry.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine, brother. I appreciate it.
Sure.
Okay. So I'll go ahead now. I will speak up here and just, isn't it? It seems a little weird here that why wouldn't we feel this? Because we're not all that far. How would something only be hitting them, and like them alone?
And you see that the nerdy guy, he kind of looks at you and nods. He goes, "Right? That's what I've been trying to say. It's off. I don't understand. It's just off."
So my character speaks up and she says, "Are there any casualties?"
Well, there's been no damage or anything. It's just a lot of shaking, just weird shaking.
I'm gonna look at. Oh, go ahead.
It comes and goes.
I'm gonna look at Kyle's character and I'm gonna say, "I'm going, in case there's any casualties. I'm going."
I bent it down.
All right. yeah, I got nothing better to do, and I can bring some of my family's burgers from the diner up north with us. We got some good food to eat on the way. I
Don't-
got some stocked up at home.
Hey, don't forget a jar of peanut butter. And I kind of smirk.
Hey, how can I forget about that after the first time?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's how you get them gains in.
Now, so to the other players, you guys are more than welcome to chime in at any time if you want to say
Mhm.
something or do something.
Yep.
So
I get up and walk out.
You just get up and walk out, Josh?
Yep.
My
Okay, so-
character will just kind of blink at that.
Kyoki, you
I'm,
gonna say something? Go-
I'm as he's walking out, I'm just kind of like, okay then. So, do y'all really think though that we should be going? Isn't that kind of what the professionals are for?
I mean, yes, but if I can help prevent any more damages, I'm gonna go ahead. And I'm also gonna say, in regards to Josh's character, I'm gonna look over where he left, and I'm gonna motion with a thumb, and I'm gonna say, knowing him, he's probably already going. And y'all realize that she volunteers for the local fire department. So that's probably why she really wants to go and prevent casualties, because she's all about helping.
I mean, that
people
makes
out.
sense.
Yeah.
But you've been to Angel Grove before.
Mm,
All of you have been to Angel Grove before. You just don't currently reside there.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind tagging along because I got nothing better to do this weekend anyway.
Yeah.
And I'll admit, I'm a bit curious, how something like that could happen. I like to joke around that I'm majoring in amateur wrestling, but I mean, science isn't my field, so it'd definitely be a learning experience if nothing else.
Mm.
Besides, who doesn't love road trips, right?
I love them. I love the open road.
I don't
Look,
know if I'll be able to go or not. I have to take care of some people up at the nursing home. It's a duty that I usually do on the weekends. I go up and see them and take care of them. So I don't know if I'll be able to take this weekend off or not.
Hmm.
Well, if you can't, we'll definitely keep in touch with you and let you know what's going on. We'd love to have you, but I definitely understand that you got people you need to take care of.
I respect that too. I respect that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Then I'm just gonna kind of look at all of them and say like, look, obviously people that you're taking care of have like they will need you to be there for them for sure. So I'll definitely I have to go. If these two are gonna go, I have to go with them because they're not gonna look out for themselves. So somebody
Especially me.
has got to be the common sense around here and tell them when to keep their butts back. So I guess I'm going along with them. And you know what? I like me some science sometimes too. I guess it can be a good something for my final report for class.
You kind of say part of that, like the two of us all motion to the pink-haired one. Like we're always constantly getting in trouble.
I just go headstrong. If I see somebody getting hurt, I'm gonna jump in. That's what my character says. Like
I know I have a few speeding tickets, but come on, my driving's not that bad.
No, you're fine. I'm the type to swing first and ask questions later.
Oh yeah, I had to pull you off that one chick. In wrestling, training got a little bit lippy, almost had a breakout of World War III.
Hey, she goaded me. She knew. She knew just what to say to push my buttons. She goaded me, so.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want to do something to get thrown off the team, though. I know the coach wasn't too happy with that.
I'll pop
Yeah.
my head back in. Are you guys coming?
Yeah, I'm coming.
Yeah, we're coming.
Just let me finish my milk, okay? And then I start drinking the milk, like trying to chug it.
You managed to chug it and get it down.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Very scientific of you.
Excuse me.
So you guys all get up out of your chairs, and you head towards the exit of the library, and you can see all kinds of students, and they're just kind of doing, research. Some of them look like they're doing some form of project, some papers. Some of them are on computers, and pretty much just your ordinary day at the library. So as you guys are exiting, you see two students sitting together, and they look to be working on some form of mechanical device. It definitely looks like it's some form of project. And as you guys are exiting, you hear one of them go, "Edward, assist!" And you guys leave the library, and where you guys want to go?
That Edward, man. He is quite the assistant.
That he is. He's one of the top assistants I know.
Yeah.
Well, I'd be going back to the dorm room I share with Trent's character. I'd be going back to the dorm room there to go get the food for the old road trip and everything.
The old road trip.
Okay. So you guys are going to go back to the room and kind of gather your belongings.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Justin, what are you doing, Justin? Oh, go ahead, Josh.
I jump on my bike and I start heading that direction.
Oh, you're just going to go on without him?
Yep, I'm on a pedal bike.
Okay, Josh, you get on your bike and you begin heading to Angel Grove.
So, I was just since I'm in the belief, like I'm convincing myself that I have to go with them to keep them safe. But see, like the character's a big nerd, right? But he's not one that wants. He takes offense if he's called a nerd, so he tries to keep it on the DL.
That makes sense.
It's blatantly obvious. He can't hide it very well, but he just doesn't like to acknowledge it. So so he in order to convince himself, he knows he wants to go to study what's going on there. So, but in order to convince himself to look cool in front of the others, he sees it as he's going with them to keep them out of danger, but he just wants to go for the science. He just doesn't want to admit it. So he's going to go back and he's going to just kind of gather up more equipment, like science equipment, to journals and different just like microscopes and stuff that he can use to kind of analyze. He's gonna overthink this and try and stuff everything he can from his dorm into his backpack. He's gonna forget all about clothes and how long he's gonna be gone. He just wants to bring his equipment, so he's gonna work on packing that.
He's gonna pack a science lab into his suitcase and nothing else apparently.
So basically, your duffel bag is nothing but science equipment, and that's about it.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
My stupid browser, when I closed out a thing for the game that I'm doing, it started playing a YouTube clip, so I apologize for the random audio for people who are listening. That's all I wanted to say.
That's perfectly fine.
Stupid computer.
Jack, whenever you get the video done, send it to me how we did that one time so I can upload it to my YouTube.
Okay, got you.
I don't remember how we did it, but
yeah. We'll figure it out. We will figure it out. But I have the audio now. I just wanted to cut that in. I won't be able to cut it out because it's over dialogue, and I didn't expect it. That's all.
Yeah, it wasn't that long.
So,
it was just
he's just gonna have So he's gonna have a duffel bag just full of science equipment for like experiments and stuff, and a toothbrush because
Oh.
because hygiene.
Because
Yes.
hygiene. Okay, so you in the meanwhile, while they're doing this, you're in your dorm room gathering all your stuff. Cole, what are you doing, my man?
I am going to go back to my dorm, get ready to head up to the nursing home and see if they're going to need me. And if not, then I'm going to try and go on that trip.
Okay, so you head up to the nursing home, and you can. It's a day, an ordinary day like any other,
Mhm.
and you see your boss kind of making rounds on the floor. What do you want to do?
I'd like to go up to him and be like, "How you doing, sir?"
What's your character's name?
Daniel Holmes.
Daniel Holmes. He looks at you. Oh, Daniel. He's like, "What are you doing? You don't work today."
Oh, I was just stopping by and just wanted to make sure if maybe you needed some help or not.
He's like, I mean, we got enough people. I mean, you can help if it's something you want to, but we got enough people if you want to take the weekend off.
Well, I was thinking of heading on a road trip, but I wanted to come by here and make sure that, you possibly, if you needed help in any kind of way, I was going to stay here and help and make sure to help take care of the rest of the residents here just to make sure. But if you got enough people, then if you don't mind, I'll gladly take the weekend off.
He says, "Oh yeah." He's like, "Have fun." He's like, "Where you headed?"
We're going to be going to Angel's Grove. We're going to kind of check out some of the earthquakes, I guess.
Huh? Yeah, I've read something about that. It's kind of strange, really.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a very strange thing. I'm kind of curious, so that's why I'd like to head up there.
And he's like, "Well, be careful, and if you find out anything, please let me know."
I sure will. Thank you very much. And you have
He
a wonderful.
goes, "Oh, no problem." And he says, "Have a safe trip, and we'll see you on Monday."
Yes, sir. You take care.
And he kind of goes back to doing what he was doing, making rounds and whatnot. And then I'm assuming now you'd go back to your dorm and gather your things. Yeah. So we'll say about 2 hours have gone by. You guys have managed to gather all your things, talk to your boss. Do you guys have your own vehicle? Do you guys have like a van? What's your traveling look like?
I'd say if nobody's opposed, I think a van would work just fine. It'd transport all of us and our belongings with a little bit of leg room, if you will.
Hmm.
That's up to the group. I'm fine with whatever you guys want to do.
I like to
Plus-
ride with Chelsea.
Plus,
Sounds
another reason why I chose van is you can sit up to 6 people in it. So
Hmm.
I have to ride up in the front because I get motion sick.
all right.
If that's not a problem, if not, I can bring some headphones or something, roll the window down a little bit in the back seat. And possibly if we got to open up like a window in the back, if that's possible. I need a little bit of air. I don't like getting motion sick in the car very much.
Just please don't fart in the car. That's all I ask.
I won't fart. I promise.
And
I
I'm not
promise, I
just
won't.
saying just to you. I mean to everybody. Please.
Oh,
Yeah, so,
I had
I-
Mexican
I
food
would,
last night. I don't know.
I can afford it all I want to come by myself.
Yeah, Josh can fart all he wants because he's by himself.
So yeah, I'd say I think the van's a good idea, but considering that they're college kids for the most part, they wouldn't be able to afford like a nice van. So like some
Oh,
of
it
the
ain't new by any
speakers-
means.
Oh, it's
So, like,
more like
yeah.
one of those 1970s shag wagons.
Right, so like the struts are bad. So every time they hit a bump, they feel it. Some like only like the two front speakers work. Not all the windows go down.
Yeah, no, it is
Variant
by
inside.
no means a nice van. By no means is it a
Yeah,
nice van.
it's just a shaggin' wagon, man. It's just a shaggin' wagon.
For all you know, it's the one in Dumb and Dumber that was literally a dog. Like, it's literally a dog. So
Got a good rate on it.
hey, exactly. So you guys all kind of load into the van and begin your road trip to Angel Grove, and a couple hours go by. If you guys want to role play this, you can. If not, we'll just skip ahead to Angel Grove.
Mm,
I'm
However-
cool with whatever you guys want to do.
we can skip ahead. I'm cool with skipping ahead.
I'll just pat it
Yeah.
on.
Okay.
I'm down for skipping ahead.
So you guys make your way to Angel Grove, and it's becoming nighttime. The sun is setting. It's very pretty, and you notice that the town is busy. There's some form of like festival or carnival going on, if you will. And you guys park the van, and you guys get out, and you see a sign that says the D Fielding Community Park.
Hmm.
Now, this is a massive park. It's about 3,000 acres,
Ooh, that's pretty big.
and it's got even like a lake that kind of runs through it, and you can see a Ferris wheel. You can see all kinds of games. You can see that it has hiking trails. It has a dog park, playgrounds, picnic tables, barbecue grills, everything you could imagine. And everybody seems, maybe not everybody, but a lot of people seems gathered in this one location tonight. You guys see off in the distance, you can see Josh's character who kind of just left you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And Josh, what have you been up to?
Just pedaling.
So you just kind of been walking around chilling.
Yep.
I say, wouldn't it make sense? Like we'd probably arrive at maybe like around the same time. Because if we're driving a car and he's just riding his bike for like this hour and a half distance, considering the head start he had, we probably would have either passed him on the highway or
Well, I'm
arrived
assuming
at the same time.
I'm assuming by bike he meant motorcycle.
Nope. Pedal bike.
Yeah, he said pedaling.
Oh, he did say pedal bike. Oh yeah, you guys. Okay, you guys would have actually beaten him there. I mean, he eventually, Josh, you make it there and see them, and you're sweaty. You're sweaty and really tired. I mean, rightfully so.
You know we had room in a van for you, right?
I needed the exercise.
Well, you certainly got a workout, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. We had room for a whole another tenth of a person.
I can respect.
So what do you-
I can respect the workout hustle though.
So, what do you guys want to do first? Where are you headed?
Well, they got a festival going on here. I mean, while we're here, we might as well check it out, see what's going on. You know, maybe get some refreshments. Might be a good opportunity to ask around.
And I kind of want to look to see if there's like any carnival games that are based around statistics. So just so that I can try and like beat the system and win some prizes.
You notice that most of the carnival games are like throw the baseball into the hole or throw the ball and knock over the cups. There doesn't seem to be a lot of statistic games. A lot of it is more games that look designed for children.
Is there
But-
one of the ring the bell games?
What was it, Josh?
Is there any ring the bell games? Where you hit
Yeah,
the bell
there's
with
one of
the
the.
hammer?
Yeah, there's a ring the bell game. You talking about the one with the hammer?
Yep.
Yeah, there's a ring the bell game.
Actually, give me something to drink. I go to that game.
I
Okay, so Josh just walks off and heads towards the. I don't know what it's actually called. We'll just call it the ring the bell game because I don't actually know the name of it.
I mean, it works for me.
Yeah.
So I want to like walk up to a person who's doing like a ring toss, kind of like one of those like where they've got like the rubber ducks and the little pond are going around. Like you got to like toss the rings and like get it on like a cup in the middle, and they pull the duck and like whatever's underneath it, as the prize that you get.
Okay.
I don't know if anyone remembers those or not.
I do.
Yeah.
So we got like I walk up and I see like a dad and like his son who's maybe like 7 years old.
Oh, there's definitely that's easy to find.
Yeah, and his son, is trying to go for this, and I feel the need to interject, and because like I doing like just seeing how his son's like throwing things and like doing the calculations. Like he's like a brainiac kind of guy, right? So he's just always thinking, and he wants to like approach his dad. He's like, "Excuse me, sir, but if your son just took a step back and threw his arm at a 72-degree angle to slightly northwest with the wind blowing at 3 miles an hour, he'd hit that perfectly."
You see the dad look at you, and he looks completely puzzled. And he looks at you as if he's like, "Okay." And he goes, "What? I mean, it's just a game. It's not that serious."
Oh no, sir. I fully understand, but wouldn't it be a lot more fun if you just take a step over here and you throw it just this little bit of extra oomph, just a little bit of extra. Here, let me just show you. And I try to like reach in and like take the ring from this kid because I'm just extremely socially awkward.
The kid gives it to you, and he's just kind of like, "So, I want. You know what? Let's make a roll for this because I want to see how this goes."
Yeah,
So
because you could. Yeah.
you could. So you're okay, Justin. So you're
As this is going on, I'll walk into the scene with a bag of popcorn. I'll start eating it.
so you're gonna make an athletics check.
Oh God.
So because you gotta see if you can do it. So we know the math is right, or so we think. But what is your strength score? 2?
2.
Or actually, your strength score won't matter. So, what is your athletics?
I don't have anything in
Oh,
athletics.
good. Okay. So, here's how this works. You have what's called a snag. That means you will roll 2d20 twice, and you will take the lowest result.
So you roll d20 twice, take the lowest result. That was
So like
that.
a pair of d20 twice.
You roll 2d20s, so you could roll them in pairs, or roll one and then roll another, and you have to take the lowest result.
Okay, so it's just 2d20, not
Yes.
twice. I thought.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, 2d20.
take the lowest.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
that would be a 1.
Oh.
So that's
He hits me.
so you go to you line up, and you're so focused. You are so focused that you pull your arm back to throw it, and you elbow the kid in the face. And the kid holds his eye, and he's not crying, but because you didn't hit him super hard, but he looks kind of mortified. And his dad kind of pulls him close, and he just kind of shakes his head. He goes, "What's wrong with you?"
Nice
and then
one, Brainiac.
And then he just kind of walks off with his son.
Nice one, Brainiac, as I pop some popcorn in my mouth.
So since you did get what is that? Since you got a fumble, you get a story point.
Oh.
The group gets a story point. So
That's
That's
good.
good.
We said that at the
Yeah.
same time.
So
That's good.
Kyle, I'm designating you as this.
Okay.
Find the story points in the chapter and tell everybody the page number, because there's things you can spend your story points on.
All right.
Like they can give you like re-rolls and things like that. So you guys will want to know that, and I have enough things going on my end on the tabs that So
All right. I'm searching it.
So yeah, that's what happened, Justin. You accidentally kind of elbowed the kid in the face. You didn't do any damage or anything. He's not crying, but it's unfortunate.
I hope he's
I was
gonna be
able to
all
find
right.
it. It's just page 92.
Oh, it's page 92. Okay.
Stupid Windows.
So,
sounds.
and the dad and his son walk away, and I'm a little dumbfounded as to why they're walking away, because I didn't get to show them how his how his son could have just as easily got the prize, and I just don't understand. It's just not like clicking as to why he would have just walked away.
You're actually kind of offended that the kid's face ran into your elbow. Messed up your
Exactly,
throw.
because I'm just trying to show him how to win
Yeah, and he
using science.
right, and they're not having any of they're not having any of your science. Not having it. So you didn't actually toss the ring because you kind of elbowed the kid in the face. So what do you guys want to do?
I'm just gonna look around and I'm gonna see Kyle's character just kind of eating the popcorn, and after making her comment to me, I'm just like, what? It's just it's science. I just wanted to show him how he can win.
Well, your science elbowed him in the eye.
I hope he's gonna be all right. I think he will. He took that one like a soldier.
So, as all of you are talking, you notice one thing kind of odd about the carnival is normally a carnival, there's tents and everything. Everything seems to be more like tied and bolted down. Almost as if they've had so many earthquakes that they're just used to it and they've prepared for an earthquake to not knock down the whole carnival.
Huh.
That's a little odd.
I guess they're really prepared.
I mean, that's good. Yeah.
We should probably find out more about that before some poor kid gets elbowed in the eye again.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'll record it next time.
I'll record it.
It's probably best to forget at this point. It's probably best to not.
And by now the sun has gone down, so all of the lights that make it available for you to see around you are from the carnival, from the park itself.
Okay.
So the sun has gone down, but there's enough lights in the park, along with the carnival, that it's still easy. You can still easily see.
I pay to play the ring bell game.
Okay, Josh. In your case, let's see. Could be brawn or might, but let's do might.
Alright. I'm gonna hit it with everything I got.
So, a D20 plus your might skill dice, and if you're specialized in anything that would help you with that,
I got a 6 total.
you come down and you slam, and it almost makes its way to the top, but not quite. Not quite, but very close. The carny looks at you and he goes, ha ha. He's like, would you like to try again?
Yes.
So you hand him another, it's just like $1 to play. It's not expensive. So you give him another $1. He goes, All right, take your best shot. Nobody succeeded tonight.
$20.
You say a 20?
Yep, with a 6 on my skill dice.
What is your skill in that?
D6.
Damn. Okay. So you crit. So you look at him and you smack this thing. I mean, you smack it, and it goes bing, and the bell actually hits so hard it gets stuck. The little ball bearing that hits it gets stuck, and you can see the Carney kind of looks at you, and he goes, "You were holding back, weren't you?"
Just a bit.
He goes,
Still am.
He goes, well, choose a prize. And he kind of motions at all the prizes he has. And there's like stuffed animals, posters, random like little pictures and picture frames. And there's just all kinds of stuff.
I look around for the little kid.
Well, what are you going to grab first?
I'm gonna have them pick it.
Oh, you're actually, okay, so you go find the kid that Justin elbowed. So you
Did
do
no
manage,
such thing.
you manage to find the kid, and he's kind of still rubbing his face. His eye looks a little puffy, but no serious harm done. And the dad looks at you and he goes, "Yeah, can I help you?"
With a little man like a toy. I point toward the bell machine.
Did you just call him a brat?
No, he did not.
Does the little boy want a toy?
Little boy. I thought that little brat with a toy. I was gonna be like, I don't think that'll go over well. You see, he looks at you and he kind of looks down at his son. His son nods, and you guys make your way over there. And he picks the toy out, and the guy hands it to him. And he looks up at you and goes, "Thank you, mister." And you see the toy that he picked out is a green Power Ranger.
Good choice.
He kind of smiles, and his dad says, "Thank you, I appreciate that. We had a guy earlier who elbowed him in the eye."
It happens.
He goes, "Well, he came over here spouting all kinds of, if you stand at 72 degrees with your butt in the air and you throw it backwards around in a circle around the globe and all this other scientific nonsense when it's just a child's game."
I describe his character to the man.
He goes, yeah, that's him.
You don't mind him.
He goes, "Do you know him?"
I know of him.
Yeah.
He goes,
The shade.
He goes, "Oh, okay. Well, thank you. It's very appreciated."
Not a problem. Anytime.
And him and his son walk off, heading towards the area to get like a funnel cake. So,
The shade.
and you guys all saw this. You guys,
Yeah.
you didn't
well,
hear it. You didn't hear it, but you saw it.
I want to go up to Josh's character, if you don't mind.
No, go ahead. You walk up to him. What do you want to do?
Hey, I saw what you did. That was awesome. Thank you. I'm sure that made that kid's day.
Sometimes you gotta give it back to the little ones.
Yeah. Glad to see you still got that you have a heart. You know, through all that tough guy sort of thing that you got going on, kind of to yourself. If you ever want to talk or you want a friend, hey, I'm around.
It's not too close.
I step back.
Don't
See you
worry.
around.
Later.
I just kind of go off back to the group.
So, about this time, nighttime is really come into effect. A lot of people have left.
Mm.
The carnival is getting ready to shut down. You guys are a little bit tired. You know, you came from school. You guys had a long drive, so you're thinking that it's probably a good idea to start kind of winding down.
I must be dead on my feet.
You must be what on your feet?
Dead on my feet. I rode my bike here.
You're not quite dead on your feet, but you're closer than anyone else. So,
Oh, man.
Mhm.
We'd like to ask the character for a ride back with us, so maybe he didn't have to pedal all the way back. You know, he could come ride with us. Don't have to, wear your feet out anymore.
I mean, he is friends with you guys, so that's why it's weird that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
Oh.
sometimes people just want their exercise.
Yeah, I can respect
Oh.
that.
We should
Wow.
look into maybe a hotel or a Airbnb or something like that, because it's pretty late and, well, we came here to find out about the earthquakes anyway. We just showed up kind of late.
Yeah, you know
Although I
what?
kind of wonder what this festival was all about, though. I didn't quite catch it.
Yeah. You know what we could do? We could find a hotel or an Airbnb, and we can watch the local news and see what they say.
That's not a bad idea.
I approached one of the people that work at the carnival and asked him about room and board, where I might be able to find some.
so, as you ask him, he says, "Oh well, they're all around, and I'd recommend going to more of a family B&B because all of the hotels have been cluttered due to the carnival, and if you do find a room, you're gonna pay. You're gonna pay a lot more than normal because of the carnival. So I recommend going to like a bed and breakfast. You can save a lot of money, and most people they're not going to go to the bed and breakfast. They're gonna head to the bigger hotels.
What is
Now,
the
what-
closest
what,
bed and breakfast?
You see, he kind of like makes he's kind of like talking with his hands. Basically, he goes, "Oh well, if you go down I-95, you turn on sorry, I was reading. Never mind. Jack wouldn't send that to me.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Sure.
I was just.
If you turn down I-95 and you go down the highway, it's just off to the right. It's only about a mile up the road, not too far.
Mile up the road.
All
That's not bad.
I approached the group next and tell them about what the guy told me.
Hey, Josh, check Facebook Messenger when you get a chance.
Mile up the road. That's not bad. I say that after
All right.
details. Yeah,
All
that's
right.
not bad.
Yeah, we can go there. We can go there.
Yeah, I'm definitely open to checking it out. I
Now-
guess
now-
I should say though that I did forget to grab my wallet. It's back in my dorm.
I said make sure you've got everything and that you all went to the bathroom so that nobody would let one out in the car and you know what? I'll pay.
Just please don't elbow the clerk in the eye when we go there.
Yeah. Just let me handle it. and
Don't
I'll-
worry,
I'll
I did
pay.
it cover it.
So what
Say
you
it
guys
again,
doing?
Josh?
If he elbows the clerk, I'll give him a toy.
I'm sure the clerk would be happy about that. Yeah.
I feel that your theory of elbowing somebody like that is just statistically impossible.
I don't know. I saw it.
Well, right now you're 1 for 1, so we'll see what happens when we get there. Maybe you'll be 1 for 2, maybe you'll be 2 for 2.
Well, I'm keeping a little popcorn saved just in case.
You know I've got peanut butter powder you can put on that popcorn if you ever want to get some extra gains in. Just saying.
You got peanut butter for everything, don't you?
You know it. How you
Just
think?
kinda
How
like
you think
under
I
my
got
breath.
thick? Huh?
Just while you guys are saying that, just kind of like under my breath, I'm just thinking peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah.
Well, I'll drive us. I'll drive us on over. We can get situated. We can check out the news and everything, and
And I jump on my bike.
Yeah, you know, we can just put that bike on the roof, and you can ride with us, right?
Nah, that's fine.
You sure?
I'll kind of shrug. All right.
Hey, he wants to get his workout in. That's fine. Just we're gonna need you for later, so don't complain that your feet hurt and you can't walk, because then that's on you.
Well, I'm afraid his legs are gonna fall off at this point.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
So you're going to ride your bike, Josh?
Yep.
All right, you get on your bike, and it is literally the only pedaling bike in the whole park. Or at the carnival side. At the carnival side, I should say. So you get on your bike, and you begin taking off towards the bed and breakfast, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Rest of you kind of load into the van. And you guys arrive first, and you wait. Josh makes his way about 10 minutes later, because it's not a super far trek. You guys all get out, and you can see that it's a nice little house. A white exterior with a blue roof. And the yard is somewhat neatly kept, has like a fence, a chain link fence that runs around the house. And you guys make your way up to the door, and you knock, and you see a shadow kind of walking through the door. The door opens, and you see a younger woman standing there, probably about 25, 26 years old, long brown hair, glasses, dressed casually, just very casually. She goes, "Well, how may I help you?"
Hey, we're looking for some rooms.
Yeah.
"Oh, yeah, how many?"
I start
How
counting.
big are your rooms?
Yeah.
"Well, we got about 2 beds in each. How many are there of you?"
Well, let's see,
20.
there's 5 of us. There's 5 of us.
20.
You see she looks at you, Josh, when you say 20, and she kind of chuckles. She goes, "You're funny."
Yeah, he's a regular old Groucho Marx or whatever.
Then I'm just kind of like, when he says 20, I'm just kind of looking at him like, that number's not right.
That's statistically not true.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You count all up to 20?
She laughs, and she kind of motions for you guys to come on in.
But he doesn't count those 4 when he does it?
She says it'll be $25 a person.
$125. I think I can cover that.
So you just give cash, or what do you?
I'm gonna pull out a pinkish hued debit card and slide it through the reader.
Well, you see that she has a reader on her phone.
Oh, okay.
It's like a little attachment, and
Yeah.
The
you
square
slide
reader.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you slide it, and it reads, and she goes, "Thank you," and she takes off the reader, and then puts it on like a desk. As you guys walk in, you can see off to your left there's a living room. It's a nice living room. It's small but nice. Has a recliner and a couch, and they're facing a TV, and the TV is 42 inches or so. And then you kind of see Off to the right, there's another room, and it looks like it used to be a dining room of some sort, but the table is currently, it's got like papers, maps scattered all over it, and you can see a man. His back is facing you, and he's kind of bent over, and he's got his hands on the table as if he's looking at a map.
I'm gonna thank the clerk. I'm gonna say thank you, ma'am. Then I'm gonna look over
Sure,
at Josh's
sure.
character. Oh, go ahead.
And she just said sure,
I'm gonna
and
look
then
over.
walk.
Walked away. I'm gonna look over at Josh's character. I'm gonna motion to the recliner, and I'm gonna say, "You should take that. Put your feet up. I know you want to."
He starts arguing with himself.
You say he starts arguing with himself?
Yeah, as he begins walking toward the recliner.
Oh man, that guy's a character.
Yeah. Yeah, he is.
And I just wanted, like, when I saw the guy kind of looking
Yeah.
the maps, it piqued my interest. Kind of just like because I've got like apps on my phone for, you know, that I kind of I made sure to install the kind of study seismic activity, kind of like looking. It has like, you know, like all kinds of like the like, history and stuff, right, of like the area,
Sure.
and like, you know, like weather overlays and stuff, so it can kind of like scan something and like overlay like past like weather patterns to kind of like, so you can kind of put two and two together, trying to, you know, figure stuff out, because he's always thinking. So while they're kind of figure out what they want to do, I just look at the girls and I'm like, I am going to go look at those maps because there's a lot and it is interesting. And I just kind of walk off that direction.
You walk off towards where the man is. You
Yeah.
you walk off. What do the rest of you do?
I'm gonna try and find a TV. I want to check out the news.
You saw a TV off to the left where Josh went.
All right, that's where I'm gonna go then.
What
I
about
get
you,
in the
Jack?
recliner.
What about you, Jack? What are you doing?
Give me just a second. There's like, it might be a little bit of something with the heater. Give me just a second.
Okay, guys, we're gonna take a 5-minute break.
Okay.
If you guys want to, if you need to refill on a drink or anything,
Okay.
just till Jack comes back.
Now,
Okay.
what?
I
what-
am
just-
back, but we can do that.
Yeah, that's fine. But like, so because we keep saying, you know, like we keep referencing. Oh, I'm gonna look at, you know, talk to your character. What is everybody's character names?
My name
Uh.
is Euphemia, but everybody calls me Effie. Effie. Effie.
Yeah, my character's name is Chelsea.
Chelsea. Okay, I thought it was Chelsea. Yeah.
I don't
Danny.
know about. I don't. All right, and we know Daniel. What about you,
Cole is
Josh?
Daniel. What's your character name, Josh?
My name's Lucas Cage.
Lucas Cage.
All right.
And
All right,
then
what's yours?
mine is it's Cal.
Cal. All right.
Callister's is his actual, but Cal Bonds is what he is what he goes
I
by.
was hoping you'd tell me it was Cal Naughton Jr.
Oh baby.
So if you guys want to take the 5-minute break, you can. If you guys just want to get back to it, we can. You guys let me know what you want to do.
I'm good with either.
I'm gonna grab some water really fast.
I'm gonna take a drink. I'm gonna take a drink too while you guys are doing that. Then.
So I'm trying to make my character as like socially awkward as
Yeah,
possible.
I love it.
Yeah.
You succeeded.
He doesn't understand, because again, you know, knowing the history that he's not from, he still has his home planet's tendencies. He doesn't quite like understand humans to the extent that you would if you were.
Yeah.
You've done a good job.
Yeah. You're doing a good job, man. Seriously.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Makes it interesting.
Yep.
It's very nice.
So basically what happened is we smelled something burning.
Oh,
And-
shit.
And it was in the kitchen. I was in the kitchen when I smelled it, and I thought it was something my older brother made, like something that he ate. And then I have my heater off, and because I have my heater on constantly, I usually only turn it off when I leave the house. But it's warm here, so I turned it off. He went up and smelled it and says it's my heater, so my heater's off. Wondering if I should unplug it.
Oh shit.
What do you guys?
You might want to consider it.
Yeah.
It smells like somebody made some toast or some type of breakfast.
I would turn it off because it could catch fire.
Unplug it and throw it away.
Nah.
I don't know if you need to go that extreme yet, but it's...
That's what Kate's having.
Oh yeah, I smell burnt toast.
Are you having a stroke?
No, because my older brother can smell it too.
Okay, that's good.
That was 6 months ago.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
Yeah, dude. It's okay.
What's going on?
Kyoki asked me if I'm having a stroke, and I said, no, my older brother can smell it too. And Josh said, no, that was 6 months ago. And I said, oh, damn, man, I'm sorry. And he said, it's okay. I mean, for what it's worth, you sound like you always have.
I hope you meant like he always has, not sounds like you always had a stroke.
No, I mean, you sound. What I mean is that it doesn't sound like anything happened
Like
to
you
him.
had one, okay? I was like, what?
That's not normal.
Yeah, you sound normal. I was like, man, I hope he doesn't be like he sounds like he's always had a stroke.
Nah. Kyle,
was
what
like,
do you think
damn,
about the
that's-
banner I made you?
I was like,
I
that's
like
savage.
it. I like it, brother. Thank you.
I didn't
Yeah.
get a banner.
I could.
Also,
Make you one.
it's cold blooded.
You just have to make me at this point just a group of people because I'm everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, you know,
so
the old
I mean,
man's got to be there.
I feel like one thing, Keith, when Josh got the figure for the kid, and he got a Green Ranger figure. I'm like, is this indicating that there have been Rangers before us
I mean,
that we're aware of?
you never know. Like, I know the answer, but who knows?
Are there other Rangers, like real Rangers? So, like, is Tommy potentially real?
I mean,
Or
I
is
know-
it super meta and Power Rangers? Like, you know, I was joking about how Power Rangers is actually a TV show in our.
I mean, I know the answer, but you guys don't know. I know the
And does
answer.
that technically mean that in Japan they have their own Rangers as well, like actual real Rangers? Or are we
Yeah.
not going to go into the detail?
So that's a whole thing I could go into a big old spiel about because that's my expertise. But
I want you guys to know, on the amount I've written for this, I've put over 12 hours into it.
Wow.
Oh, I believe it. I believe it. I really
So-
do. And we'll go off the rails unintentionally for about half of it.
So I've put a lot of work into this. So love me good.
You know that
We
doesn't
do
matter.
love you good. I just feel bad that
I'm gonna love you all night long.
I
Man.
just feel bad that Broom couldn't.
love me, say that you love me.
It happens.
You
It
know,
happens. Brim will be around next week.
that's good, and we'll be able to start right on.
So
Pow
Brim will be
next
around
week,
next
you
week.
know.
The session one is not a big deal.
Yeah,
It's not a big deal.
yeah.
So we'll get everything will be good.
There's going to be a session in the future where I can't make it. I'm just
Well,
want to
just-
let you know that.
Give me a heads up when.
Yeah.
So it's not a big deal.
Maybe,
Just tell me.
yeah, maybe we can work around a schedule that week and do it another day.
Yeah, I mean we can do it another day if you want, or
Mm-hmm.
we can just postpone and do it the week after, or
Or you could be out of town that week in character.
'Cause
There's-
there
Yeah,
were
that's
episodes
nice,
in
yeah.
Power Rangers when not all the characters were on the show anyway.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yep, character-centric ones. Yeah.
So it's not a big deal either way. So okay. So is everybody ready?
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yep.
Okay. So Jack, what were you doing?
Oh man, can we recap real quick?
Yes.
Just so I. Oh,
Josh
oh,
was sitting in the recliner
yeah.
in the living room off to the left.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle went in the living room off to the left to turn on the news,
Mm-hmm.
and Justin went to the right room where the man is looking at some maps.
Okay, so I see that he went to go talk to the man.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna go where whose character turned on the news?
That would be Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna follow
Yeah.
Chelsea because I'm curious about the news.
So
I'm also going to follow Chelsea.
you're going to follow Chelsea too?
Yes.
Okay. So moving over to the room on the right, you see when you walk up to the desk as if you just lived here your whole life. Like you have no social boundaries whatsoever.
Mhm.
You just walk up there, start staring at the map, looking at it. You can see the man kind of side eye you. And he kind of looks down at the map. And he kind of side eyes you again. And then he goes, I don't know about you, boy, you making this stuff.
And I just kind of I look at him a little cockeyed because I didn't actually understand what he said.
He kind of looks at you, and you can see his hair is unkept. He's an older man. And he goes, you okay?
Yeah. I just it took me a second to hear what you said. My apologies. I saw you staring at those maps and with the news of the earthquakes and stuff lately. I wondered if I could take a look at some of these.
Yeah, of course. I'm trying to figure out what happened because, you know, it's weird that we've been getting all these earthquakes all of a sudden. You know, earthquakes have always been a thing in California, but not to this extent, so it's just kind of crazy.
Yeah, I that's what that seems to be the general consensus. But I managed to develop a couple of apps here on my cell phone that I can use to track the history of weather in the area, and if I could just put it over top of a map, and then I could kind of pinpoint different things that happened, from anywhere from the last 1 to 20 years, and triangulate different aspects of weather and where it came from. And he just keeps rambling on and on. Just
And you
he's
can
really
see that
excited to try this, but
you
he
can
doesn't pay
see
any attention.
that when you ramble on and on and on and on and on, you see you can see that the man looks at you and he kind of looks back at the living room. He goes, will you excuse me? I gotta poop.
And as he walks away, I'm just kind of like, what a nice guy.
And he just kind of he's just an old man. He just kind of leaves. You have the maps all to yourself. So now we switch over to the living room. You flipped on the TV and you found the news, and right now the news is just going over basic things that's been going on. It's been talking a lot about the carnival. There's not a lot of mention of the earthquakes, though.
That's strange.
Like, you don't know if maybe the people have just become accustomed to it, and it's just not, it's not news breaking to them anymore because it just happens so much, or what. But right now, they're just not really talking about it.
Is that woman still anywhere? That 25-year-old woman?
Yeah, she just kind of walking to and from places and doing just odds and ends things, really.
I'd like to go up to her if she wasn't busy.
Okay. Yeah, you find her and go up to her, and she kind of stops walking and looks at you with a very friendly smile. And she says, is there anything I can get you?
No, thank you, but I actually had a question for you. It was about the earthquakes. Can you kind of tell me about it? Like, kind of what's going on? Like, we actually traveled here from Summerstown, and we were kind of curious to know about it, and no one seems to be really talking about it, and we didn't see anything on the news, so I thought I'd come ask a local.
She goes, well, I don't know much about it personally. My grandpa has been researching into it, and he seems to be a little stumped. We just think it might be the fault line. The fault line is just, for some reason, it's just more active than usual, but we don't really know why.
Okay. Thank you.
She goes, sure. And she goes, have you and your friends already eaten dinner? Are you hungry?
I could definitely use a meal myself, ma'am. I don't know about my friends or not. I can go ask them and come back to you.
She goes, sure, if you would.
I'll go to them.
So you make your way back into the living
Yeah,
room where most of them are, except for the one doing the research on the maps.
I ask all of them, you guys hungry?
Yeah. I'm almost out of popcorn.
I could
Yeah,
eat.
actually,
I go and I go find
The lady?
yeah, I go find the lady and let her know that pretty much all of us want to eat.
She smiles and she says, okay, there were 5 of you, right?
Yes, actually I need to ask one more in that rate. So I go find Justin and I want to ask him if he's hungry.
So when he approaches, like as he's walking up, I'm just like, yes, because I overheard them about food, and I absolutely love food. So pretty much if it's anything, I'll eat it.
Sure.
Love
Okay.
And so he doesn't even have to say anything. I already know what he's coming up for.
Justin, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
So, when you're looking at this map and your apps and whatnot, what exactly are you trying to figure out or pinpoint?
So what Cal's trying to figure out, because so the idea of his app is that he's developed this app himself, something he's been working on for a long time, just to kind of study all the different things in his surroundings. He likes to get a good idea of like where he's going, what he's walking into, and so what he's doing is he's trying to just kind of like look at because the news of the earthquakes. He's trying to look at like seismic activity for Angel Grove over just over the past like couple of years,
Okay.
just to see how common it is, because everyone they seem to talk to just seems to be kind of coy about it, and he thought it was weird seeing how everything was like bolted down at the carnival, but yet no one was like kind of talking about it. So it seemed weird from the initial conversation, or how like what made him come here anyway, how we didn't feel it when we probably should have, and how it just seems so normal. So he's just trying to figure out like why is everyone so coy about this.
Okay. So I want you to make me another science check.
Okay.
So you will roll your d20 plus your science, which I believe was a d2, if I'm correct.
Yes.
So roll a d20, flip that coin, and tell me the total.
That's a 20 on the d20.
Oh snap!
Wow.
And a 1.
1. Okay. Now, for those who don't know, in this game, a natural 20 on a skill check is not a crit.
Oh wow.
You have to roll the maximum number on your skill die and then succeed at the check.
So we'd have to
Nice.
get 22.
So no, you can't crit on a d2,
Ah.
because then nobody would want to upgrade their die hardly.
That's true.
So, okay, so 21. You do quite a bit of research in the very short amount of time that you have been doing it, and you've noticed between the app as well as the map that the fault line hasn't seemed to change. The activity in the last couple of years, especially in the last 6 months, has been a 300% increase. in earthquake activity compared to even 6 months ago where it was just, sparingly there'd be a small earthquake. It's been 300%. Some of the earthquakes are small, just little shakers, nothing bad. Some of them are bigger. Thankfully, none of them have been big enough where like the ground is cracked open, buildings have tumbled, but they've been big enough to where they've been reported. So you have a feeling in the pit of your stomach that whatever's causing this, it just doesn't seem to be natural. It seems to be you don't really know, but it's definitely unnatural.
Okay. So, with this knowledge that I've obtained and just seeing how like this is something that seems to have just started relatively recently, I decide to go over and to join the rest of the crew before we sit down to eat to try and discuss with them my findings.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure. So, do you want to actually talk about it? Or you just want me to go ahead and paraphrase it?
We'll paraphrase.
Okay. So you go over there and you kind of tell them of everything that you've discovered. And I mean, it's definitely, you don't want to say it's alarming, but one of the things that is kind of alarming that you've noticed is the quakes are getting worse and worse than they were. Like, there's still little ones every so often, but compared to when they first started, it was just like all little ones, and they've gradually started to get worse.
Okay. Okay. That does seem weird. Maybe we should go check out the fault line tomorrow. Maybe get an up close look.
Yeah, I mean, we could do that.
Suddenly, Cade shouts, "Shut up! I won't do that, Commander."
Huh?
Huh?
I won't kill him. They're too nice.
I think I'm confused.
Me too.
He's
So
not
about,
holding his head and rocking back and forth in the chair.
about that time, the young woman comes in and she has a smile, and she goes, "Dinner's ready. If you guys want to meet in the dining room." I had Grandpa put up those old mats so everybody have a place to sit.
All right.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
She smiles,
Yeah.
and so she kind of walks into the dining room. The maps have been moved, and you see several bowls. It looks like it's soup, some form of soup, and there's some like bread to go with it. And the old man kind of sits at the edge of the table, and the young lady sits next to him, and then you guys just kind of, gather around wherever you're going to sit. And the old man kind of looks at all of you. He goes, "So what brings you to Angel Grove?"
Well, we've been curious about the earthquakes and what could possibly be causing them. Kind of wanted to see for ourselves what was going on here.
You see, he kind of looks intrigued, and he goes, "I have a theory myself, but everybody thinks I'm kind of crazy, so nobody really buys it.
What's your theory?
Yeah, what is it?
I believe that the end times are coming.
End times?
Yeah, like biblical.
I can see that.
Like, there's no explanation for all this. Like, these earthquakes have gotten worse just in the last few months, and it just doesn't make sense. They're getting bigger and bigger, and there's no explanation for it. I don't understand.
Has that been the only unusual thing going on around?
Well, yeah, so far that I know of.
Because I'm not quite the science type, but there has to be some kind of cause for all this. I just find it weird that where we're from, Summerstown, we don't even feel the earthquakes, even though we're not really that far away.
You see that both the grandfather and the granddaughter look at each other and they kind of look puzzled. And she's like, "Really?" She's like, "Normally, you would feel the earthquake at Summerstown. That's really, really odd, especially with some of those have been, decently big."
That's kind of what drew us here,
Yeah.
because a classmate of ours brought this up to us, and something just didn't seem right. So we wanted to get a closer look.
And this whole time, Casey's been staring a hole through the old man.
You think Cage is staring a hole through him?
Yeah.
You see, he kind of notices you staring at him. He goes, "Is everything okay, young man?"
You tell me, Commander.
He goes, he looks at all of you. He goes, What? I ain't a commander."
Yeah, that sounded a little bit hostile there, Lucas.
You're not Cobra Commander, sir?
He goes, "What? I ain't
He
a
looks just
cobra.
like him.
I ain't a cobra. I'm a man. I'm just a grandpa. I ain't a cobra."
And then I just kind of speak up. Yeah, cobras aren't even native around here.
Yeah, that cobra's not around here. That's odd.
He's just an old grandpa.
And he's
Now
giving
Black
us-
Widows, on the other hand, they kind of tend to be a little bit everywhere here, but I
She's female. She's not.
Lucas, what are you talking about? What's this Cobra Commander you're talking about?
And the little old man's like, anyway, okay. He looks just kind of. So you guys eat your soup. It's just basic chicken noodle soup. It almost is like they don't usually get a lot of customers, so they probably didn't expect it. So, but it's still good. I mean, it's good, and you guys eat, and it's getting kind of late now. You would say about going on 12:30, 1 in the morning, and so everybody is definitely tired. The young lady shows all of you to your room, and there's blankets and pillows and whatnot. And the old man has retired for the night. He kind of just sits in the recliner with the TV on and kind of leans it back, and he falls asleep in the recliner. And the young lady kind of looks at you guys and goes, "My bedroom is just at the very end of the hall. If you need anything, please don't hesitate."
All right, we'll do.
Thank you so much for your hospitality.
She goes, "Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you guys." And then
How many guards do you have here?
She looks back at you. God, we don't have any guards, sir. It's just us.
He did pedal a long way. I'm wondering if the exhaustion's got him a little delusional.
Well, it was kind of hot out today, so maybe so. You guys might want to get him some water, or I'll go get him a glass of water. Sounds like he just needs to hydrate.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So she kind of walks downstairs, and a couple minutes later comes up with a glass of water. And she looks at you, Josh. She goes, "Here you go, sir."
I want to know that's not poison.
I'm sorry I couldn't hold that in.
She looks at you and she goes, I guess you'll just have to trust me. I don't have any poison, sir."
I'll take the glass of water. I'll take a sip. Yeah, it tastes like water to me. Here you go. I'll hand it over.
How do you feel?
Like I just drank water.
He downs it.
Okay, you manage to down it, and so after you down it, she kind of takes the glass from you and takes it back downstairs, and then goes back up, goes to her room, and all of you guys kind of migrate to your rooms. So, what is the sleeping arrangement like? There's 2 beds in each room. What are you guys doing in that regard?
I'm likely sleeping in the same room as Effie.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, do you
He
guys?
just finds a corner.
He finds a what?
Corner somewhere.
A corner.
A
Now-
corner.
Do you guys sleep in separate beds? Or
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys would take up 1 full room.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys have 1 room. Josh, I mean, you're just gonna sleep in a corner.
Split it at home.
Okay. Cole, what are you doing?
I'm going to be sleeping in one room of my own.
You're not gonna sleep in there with Josh in the corner.
I mean, if I want to sleep in the corner of my room, that's fine, but
It's up to you. You can have your own room if you want it.
I mean, I don't mind sharing with anybody. I just want a bed to sleep on.
Then you sleep in the same room with Josh if he's in the corner. What about you, Justin?
Well, since a lot of the rooms were 2 beds, I guess I'll take the room by myself because I suspect that I'm going to be up for another while to come as I kind of dump my duffel bag of equipment of maps and just everything else that I brought with me on the other bed.
Gonna set
Okay.
up the mobile lab, if you will.
So everybody kind of gets ready for bed, lays down, except for Justin. And eventually, Justin, about 2 hours later, after kind of doing some more learning, you eventually decide to call it a night. Because you know that if you have no sleep, it's not gonna go well when you need to be, good and alert. So eventually, you do go to bed as well, leaving all your science stuff on the second bed. And this is, you guys all go to sleep, and every one of you hear a very, very faint voice. Very faint. You hear, "Go underground. Go underground."
I wake up.
No, you don't wake up.
Oh,
You do
sorry.
not wake up.
All right.
Go underground. The park. And in your dream, you can see a very dark area. And as you look around, you see in your dream, you see each other. And you can see you guys are kind of spinning around on your own to look around. And you guys are standing in like a circle. And you can see barely anything. But you can see like a shadowy silhouette of like what looks like a computer. And it looks like maybe every so often, a low glow of orange sparks kind of come off the computer. Like it's malfunctioning. And you guys keep looking around. You don't know if you're in a room. You don't know where you are. And that is where the session ends.
Oh snap!
Oh man, should I stop?
Yeah, go ahead and stop.